What's going on with y'all? What's up with y'all? Um, I want to talk about a personal relationship with God. Um, when I was a kid, my aunt told me, when I was a kid, she told me the most important thing in life was having a personal relationship with God. And, when you're a kid, adults, they tell you anything. You don't know no better when you're a kid. Um, when I was a kid, my aunt told me this. She told me the most important thing in life was having a personal relationship with God. But, now that I'm an adult, I see that that was a lie. Um, the most important thing in life is looks, status, and money. That's the most important thing in life. What you look like and what you have. It's funny how, you know, when you're a kid, they tell children anything. But when you get grown, you figure out, you see what when you get grown, you see what the world is all about. Because as an adult, life is gonna show you what it's about. You know, you get out here in the world, life is gonna show you what it's all about. Um, and I want to say this, as far as having a personal relationship with God. There's nothing wrong with having a personal relationship with God, but there are plenty of people that got all the success in the world. They got the money, the women, all the designer clothes. There are people that have all the success you could ever want in life, and they have no relationship with God. Matter of fact, they have a relationship with Satan. So having a personal relationship with God means nothing at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship with God, but that's not important. People in the world don't care about you believing in God or having a relationship with God. At the end of the day, this world that we live in, it's all about looks, status, and money. Like I stated, um, it's funny how the tables turn once you become an adult and you start to see what it's all about. Don't nobody got to tell you what it's all about. You know, it just go to show you how delusional these church folks are. These religious people. You got some people, I'm sure, that go to church all the time. Christian people. They probably believe the most important thing in this world is having a personal relationship with God, but it's not. In all honesty, money is the most important thing. Having a relationship with God, that's not really all that important. One thing my father always told me, and it just goes to show you how real, it just goes to show you how Christian people and church people don't live in reality. Because if I was a parent and I had children, I wouldn't tell my kids the most important thing in life is having a personal relationship with God. I wouldn't sell that lie to my children, because that's not the most important thing in this world. I mean, and I came to that realization on my own. Like, there are plenty of people in this world that do not have a personal relationship with God, but they got the high life, they got the money, they got it all. So when you see the world prospering, and when you see so many people in this world prospering, and they don't have a relationship with God, that just goes to show you that's a lie. That's why if I was a parent, I would teach my kids the most important thing in life is money. Money, and what you look like. And if you don't look good to people, you better have something. You better put yourself in a position to where, people will be like, at least they have something. That's really what it all boiled down to. Life is all about money, and it's all about the superficial. That's what life is all about. Just how a lot of guys think that like I was so in denial for the longest, thinking that women cared about men's personality and thinking that women cared about a man's character, when actually they don't, you know? And one thing I had to come to terms with in life, the only things that matter in life, because in my younger days, I thought I had life figured out, but I didn't know what life was all about. Life is all about what you look like and what you have material-wise. You know, if I was a parent, I wouldn't even teach my children morals, because I used to think morals and good character was important to have. In this world, morals don't mean anything. Having good character don't mean nothing. None of that means anything in this world. There are plenty of people that have no character. They have no character. They have no morals. They cutthroat. You know, they cutthroat. You know, they just some walking demons. And you got a lot of them in the world, some walking demons. But you want to know what? They living good, though. You got a lot of evil, cutthroat people who have no character, no morals, nothing. But they living good, though. They ain't broke. So I've put it all together. This life is all about looks, what you have, what you look like and what you have. It's all about looks and what you have. And if, you know, you got a lot of parents, they lie to their children about what life is all about. Like my aunt telling me that foolishness when I was a child. Life is all about having a personal relationship with God. No, it's not. Life is all about looks and money and status. That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. It ain't got nothing to do with God. And it's funny, I haven't been to church since 2018. And I've had women tell me that I sound like a pastor. I want the life of a player. I don't want to be associated with no preacher. I want the type of man I've always wanted to be, and I don't want to say it, but I've always wanted to be a promiscuous kind of man. You know, like, I kind of feel offended when women tell me that I sound like a preacher, because that's not the kind of man that I've always wanted to be. The kind of man I've always wanted to be is a player. You know, a man who sleep around, a man who got women in rotation. But unfortunately, every man can't be a man like that. I've always wanted to be a promiscuous kind of man. That's why I get offended when I have women telling me I sound like a preacher, and I haven't been to church in 6 years. You know, it done got to the point where I don't even want to be associated with the church. I don't want to be associated with the church. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with believing in God, but having a personal relationship with God, that is not what life is about. And my aunt was definitely wrong for telling me that. You know, and if I was a parent, I definitely wouldn't tell my children having a personal relationship with God is the most important thing. No, it's not. Looks, money, and popularity, that's important. That's what life is about. You know, that's what this game of life is about. Looks, money, popularity. That's the name of it right there. But let me know what you guys think about this. Because it ain't nothing wrong with believing in God. You know, I believe in a higher power. Just let me know your perspective on this. You know, and I'll talk to you guys later.